First met her years ago. She was a very young woman. She worked as a personal assistant at the Bank of Ghana. At that time, I was also a very young man. I was Minister of Communications in the government of Jerry Rawlings. And then I didn't see her again till 2008, when I was informed that they had asked her to join our campaign team. At that time, I had been selected by Professor Tamils as his running mate. She played a very active part in my campaign team, including making sure that we always had food to eat. At every juncture, she will find a kitchen, she will go to the markets, she will prepare akple and banku and abolo and everything for us. And so we were never hungry on that campaign. After we won the election in 2009, it was not surprising that Professor Mills made her a Deputy Minister of Transport. She worked very hard, supported her minister. And so in 2013, when I became President of the Republic after winning the 2012 elections, there was no doubt in my mind who I should choose as my Minister of Transport. And so I elevated her from Deputy Minister to Minister of Transport. Last Thursday, we were at the forecourt of the State House, and the officials from the Ministry of Transport came and read a tribute. I'm sure that tribute is in the brochure, and everybody should take time to read it. It was a very excellent tribute, and indeed they called her a transformational minister, because under her as Minister of Transport, the ministry saw the greatest transformation that has ever occurred in the history of that ministry. As President, I'm called the nation builder because of the infrastructural work that we did in the period that I was President. While I might have crafted the vision, it was people like Dzifa Aku Attivor who realized that vision and brought it into practical reality. Her ministry was particularly active, and if I have to recount the successes we achieved, we'll be here till late in the night. But just to mention a few, I've heard them talk about the whole airport. That was just one. She also worked on the Wa airport. She worked on the Kumasi airport. We finished phase 1 of the Kumasi airport. We got the funding for phase 2. We actually cut the sword before we left office. She worked on Tamale airport, completed phase 1. We got the funding for phase 2 before we left office. And most of all, everybody sees the magnificent Terminal 3, the new terminal at the Kotoka Airport. It was Dzifa and her team who did the footwork that brought that magnificent edifice into being. And that's not all. You heard that we expanded the Takoradi port, phase 1 and phase 2. It was also the footwork of Dzifa and her team. If you go to Tema, we have the new Tema Harbour. It's 3 times bigger than the old harbour. Again, it is the handiwork of Dzifa Aku Attivor and her team at the ministry. She was ably supported by Joyce Bauer. Indeed, when I appointed her minister with Joyce Bauer as the deputy, people came to me and said, "You cannot appoint 2 women in one ministry." And I said, "I will do it." And they worked as a team and achieved a lot for us. Dzifa worked hard for her people, and she was always on my neck to get the road minister to do the Joapon Sokode road. We awarded it, the contractor started work. Unfortunately, in 2017, when we left office, the new government came and has abandoned that road. That's a very important road which will cut the traveling time between Accra and Ho. But I want to assure the people of Abutia that if God smiles on us, and I know He'll smile on us, if NDC comes back, the GHOne Abutia Sokodel Road will be done. I say to her family, to her children, that take heart. Your mother was a great woman. Even though she didn't live for long, because 65 years is still relatively young in a person's life. That 65 years was well lived, and she'll be remembered immensely for her contribution, not only to Ghana, but also to her region, Volta region, and also to the people of Abutia. In politics, she was in charge, one of those in charge of the Volta diaspora. And so anytime we're going to hold elections, Dzifa traveled across the length and breadth of this country, organizing all Voltarians in other regions to activate them to vote for the NDC. And so there again, a vacuum has been created. She was the chairperson of our welfare committee in the party. And as chairperson, she handled her position wonderfully. She battled this illness. I visited her several times at home, and she assured me that she will get well. I told her, Dzifa, we have a battle ahead. You cannot abandon us now. And she assured me, she said, Mr. President, I'll be there. I'll be in the trenches with you. The last time I visited her was a week before she died. She was looking very frail, and we sat together, we said a prayer, and prayed that God should heal her and let her come back and join us in the battle ahead. Even though she's gone, I know that her spirit will be with us in 2024. And now that she's in heaven, she will have a direct contact with God and intercede on behalf of the NDC to be victorious in 2024. I want to thank you very much, all those who have come here to pay our respects to her. May God return you safely back home when you go, and may you get the blessings of what you've done for Dzifa. May God return it on you bountifully. So I thank you very much, and I'll hand over to our chairman,